Hi friends, this is Sri Ramulu. So before watching this video, please subscribe. Don't forget subscribing for encouraging me, right? So if you subscribe, I will do more videos. So please don't forget subscribing. And I am not asking anything. I am not expecting anything from you. Just I am expecting your subscription only. Okay, friends. Thank you. Now today's topic is electric field due to infinite conducting sheet of charge. Okay, so sheet is what? It is a infinite sheet like this, right? It is a infinite sheet and it is a conducting sheet, means it is a conductor. That is the meaning of this. Okay, figure shows a charge conducting surface of charge density rho. Why here it is taken as rho? Sigma, not rho, it is sigma. So why we are not taking rho and why it is not taking lambda? So three things can present in this topics, but rho indicates it is belongs to the volume, and sigma indicates it belongs to the area, and this lambda indicates length or breadth or height. So any one quantity it indicates among the things. But here sigma is considered because the charges are distributed on the surface only. So surface is a 2D. So for 2D it is sigma is taken instead of rho. So if you have to take a rho, then charges, so you must place charges on this side, on every side, then only we take it is rho. So here we are keeping only one face is our 2D dimension, length is there, breadth is there. So that is why it is a 2D dimension. In 2D dimension only we take sigma. Suppose if you take the if you have to take the lambda, then charges must be placed on this line only, on this line or on this line or on this line, then only we take lambda. But here charges are not placed on the line, it is the charges are placed on the surface. Okay, so that is why we are taking sigma. Next, we have to determine the electric field at a point P near the surface and outside the conductor. Okay, so at a point P, so we have to imagine one point at somewhere. It must be very near, not long. It must be near. Okay, near from the near the this conducting sheet. So for this purpose, we construct a cylindrical Gaussian surface. So Gauss law video I have done, right? So Gauss law main purpose is to calculate electric field at a certain distance or on the or inside the substance which is charged, right? So whether you want to calculate the at what point you want to calculate the electric field, by considering that point you must draw a Gaussian surface. That Gaussian surface must be a closed surface, right friends? Don't forget that closed surface may have the shape either cylindrical shape or spherical shape. Any one of these two shape will present. Okay, either cylindrical shape or spherical shape. Okay, that is depending upon the what factor, what substance we have taken. The direction of electric field near the surface is perpendicular to the direction of the electric field. Electric field near the surface is perpendicular to the surface, as conducting the surface is equipotential surface. Equipotential means if we keep here one substance and if you calculate at this point how much potential present, say at the same this point also same potential, here same potential, here same potential present. So right, so this line is called equipotential line. But here potential and here potential are different, but here potential and here potential, so how much potential present here? The same potential, same potential. So here it is also equipotential, but this equipotential are not equal. Okay, so I have imagined one point at this point. Okay, so for this we cannot draw a Gaussian surface like a sphere. Why? Because if you draw the Gaussian surface like a sphere, this side there are no charges, so that is why it is not possible to draw the what spherical surface. It is possible to draw the what? Only cylindrical surface. It is a cylinder. Okay, why I'm not drawing spherical surface? Because charges are present on one side only, this side and this side, that side and back side there are no any charges. So that is why I can draw only cylindrical surface, cylindrical Gaussian surface. Okay. From the figure, electric flux through the cylindrical surface results from the two ends and curved surface of the cylinder. Right? From this figure, electric flux through the cylindrical surface result from two ends. Two ends means it is a left end and a right end, and also curved surface. See here 3 points. Two surface means one is a left end, right? Other one is a one is a left hand, right hand, and other one is a curved surface. Curved surface means here it is drawn. See, once again, see curved surface. This is a curved surface. On the curved surface like this, right? It is a like this, a curved surface on the curved surface. So because of these three things only we get flux. So but among the three things we get only from one point only. So I will explain. See here. At the right end, so this side, E is parallel to the ds, and at the left end, so there is no field. See, back side no charges present, back side. So that is why left side charges are 0, so flux also 0. Okay, but right end charges present. Why? Because here what we have, charges are present this side only. And on the curved surface, if you observe the curved surface, on the curved surface, here once again see the curved surface. On the curved surface, ds is taken this side and E is taken this side. Why we have to take ds upside? Ds is always drawn. Suppose you have considered here one surface. Okay, one surface, or like this one surface. So you are considered here one small area ds, right? Then you must show its direction perpendicular to its surface. You must show its direction perpendicular to the its surface. So like this. So it is a curved surface. On the curved surface we draw the ds upside only, but charges are present this side and a field may present this side. So because of that only ds is upside and is this side. Angle between them is how much here? 90 degrees present. So at this point no field, right? On the curved surface no field. Why no field? Why 90? For 90 no field. So already we know cos 90 is 0, right? Cos 90 is 0. Where we substitute generally, E dot ds is equals to what? E dot ds is equals to eds cos theta we write, right? Pi is equals to eds cos theta, and is equals pi is equals to eds cos 90. Cos 90 term is 0. 0 into anything 0. So pi value 0. Where? On this surface. Okay, on curved surface. But we get the value on right end. So how much that value? Therefore the flux through the two ends are E ds and 0 respectively. Okay, on one end you get eds and remaining two ends you get zeros. That is the meaning of this line. Therefore the flux through the two ends, right? Among the two ends, one end we get ds, right? And curved surface, on curved surface we get 0. Next, here electric flux through the curved surface is 0. Yes, just now I explained. As E and ds are perpendicular to each other. When E and ds are perpendicular to each other, then what happens? The 90 degrees will present. That 90 degrees cos 90 is 0. So here total flux can be written as a phi integration E bar, here E bar dot ds bar, right? Don't forget E bar dot ds bar, which side? Right hand, and E bar dot ds bar, which side? Left hand. Sorry, it is extra term, don't forget please. Sorry, it is extra term, only this term, and here it is also extra term. Okay, so it is correct. See, this is a extra term, it is extra term, it is right. Now see, EDS here, E bar dot ds, right hand, E bar dot ds at left hand, E bar dot ds on curved surface. On curved surface answer is 0, and left side also answer 0, but right hand what we get? We get ES. How can we get ES? Here see here, integration EDS cos theta. Cos theta, theta value parallel on right hand, parallel value is present. See here, parallel. See, E is parallel to DS. E and DS are parallel to each other. So that is why angle how much present? 0 angle present. For parallel, 0 angle. Now, see for this, EDS integration is there. Cos 0. Cos 0 term is how much? 1. 1 into EDS, EDS only. So pi is equals to E is take outside, E into integration DS. DS is a small area, right? If you multiply, if you integrate it, if you integrate ds, then you can get total area. So total area can be written as S, or integration differentiation cancel, what you get? S only. So that is why pi is equals to ES we got here. That is the reason why we got. Okay, so according to Gauss law, what is the Gauss law? Gauss law, pi is equals to what? Q by epsilon naught. And just now here what we got? Pi is equals to what? We got ES we got. So ES is equals to Q by epsilon naught. Next, and Q can be written as a sigma S. How it is sigma S? Sigma is the what? Surface charge density, can be written as charge by area, right? Charge by area. And from this area is replaced by A is replaced by S. S is also indicates area here. And bring this S this side, then Q can be written as S into sigma or sigma S. Okay, so that is why here in the place of Q, what we wrote? I wrote sigma S by epsilon naught as it is. Now here these two gets cancelled, then what we get? We get this one only. Okay, so here sigma is called surface charge density. Okay friends, so this is the video. Okay, thank you friends, don't forget subscribing it.